Welcome to another episode of the Disc Golf Gambling Podcast. This
Welcome.
week, we're going to be discussing the MVP Open at Austin. Garrett, I'm here with Garrett. I'm here with
Pleasure to be
Grayson.
here.
Also, a pleasure
after
to be
last
here.
week.
Yeah, I'm glad
We
these guys could be
banked
here
in-
with me.
We banked in some heavy cash, so we are
Yeah, we
officially
banked. Yeah, we banked heavy cash, so we'll probably be heavily involved for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I guess.
Good start.
But anyways, so the MVP Open at Austin, the MVP Open happens every year, but this year I should say, we've got a new course introduced into the mix. So we've got two courses that they're going to be playing over a 4-day stretch. One course we've got more of an open style course for those big bomber guys, and then for the second course, the new course, I forget the names of these courses, but the new course is more of a technical guy, more of a guy where we're going to be seeing a more action like we saw last week. I think where we got the big names and the no names right up there for those rounds, probably.
Mhm.
You know, like your big names like Macbeth and your no names like Barsby, those sorts of things.
Come on. He's a viewer.
He will most likely be our first viewer that actually plays on tour.
Barsby. Love to have him on.
First guest,
Yeah.
first guest appearance. Let's get
Yeah,
him on.
Barsby, if you're hearing this, you are welcome on the pod anytime. So anyways, because of that and because of the placements last year, we were discussing a little bit. We like a few names that we like. What were we saying? We like a Macbeth. We like
Love
a
a Macbeth.
Barella. Guys with really big distance, but also a really nice powered down, smooth backhand. So also like a Heimberg and Ezra Robinson, but then maybe somebody with a touchy, really placement forehand like a Marweed or a Wysocki.
Mm-hmm.
But you weren't but the viewers weren't expecting the Marweed name to pop up in
shout
there.
out. Yeah.
But you know,
I noticed
Hamas last week was kind of like our Marweed of this week, I feel like.
exactly. No one was talking about Hamas before we were.
Exactly.
And look at us now. I have noticed we haven't mentioned Nicholas Antela, who won last time.
Right. How did Niklas
do?
how did he finish last week, I wonder?
Let's take a look.
Because last week's course is going to be indicative of that new course we've got going.
Less wind.
Less wind, that's for sure.
He tied for
he did all right.
19th.
Yeah, that's not bad, considering how close all the scores were, how windy it was. Well, Garrett, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we got to keep an eye on him.
That smooth robotic form.
He does.
That Novak Djokovic form where it's like so good it's not too fun to watch.
Right. And he also has been getting comfy wearing that big cowboy hat they gave him last year.
Yeah.
Does he play with the hat? That might influence my bet on him.
If he plays with the hat, then I think we should just put every dollar we made last week on.
If he doesn't, I don't think we should pay him any mind. That was his only win. It was, I would say, maybe a one-off. Hey, I'm not a hater. He's a great player.
I mean, he might be somebody to keep an eye out on for like the groups or a top 3 bet, though.
Sure.
That was last year was just 3 rounds on the first course this year. Is that right?
I don't know which course they're playing first this year.
Okay, but it was one of the courses they did just the regular
correct.
3. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like
made some changes to it, but it is that course, yeah.
The format, the four rounds with the alternating courses makes it difficult for some of these guys. Because, if that was his own big win last year and then it's a totally different format with the course he doesn't know in 4 rounds, it'd be hard for me to, bank on him repeating.
Right. The only thing I will say, though, is that he is from... Where's he from? Finland? And they've got... Finnish disc golf is more akin to like the course at Waco and the new horse they're playing at the event this week. So
Trees.
who knows? Yeah,
Ton of
let's
trees.
pull up those odds, Grayson, and let's get a more concrete picture of what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, they've got in the second grouping Macbeth, Wysocki, Heimberg, Robinson, all about 10-1.
Yeah.
Kind of all the guys we like at the top, and it makes sense. Decent bet considering Gannon Burr is like 4-1, the favorite again. Nicholas Antela,
Hell,
pretty
Simon
decent
Mazat
price.
placed second
Yeah,
last
Simon
week.
got second last week. I was thinking about him too.
Actually,
Interesting that Cole Redallen has come up this far.
I don't know what that's
I think
about.
he did well last year at this tournament,
That would make sense, I think.
but I wouldn't put money on it.
I think we fade Hamas out of the bets altogether, even though he's playing well. The field is so
Even though he
tight right
made us
now.
rich.
What's that?
I said even though he made us rich.
Well, even the rich know when to
No, I agree.
pump and dump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Hamas.
Thank you, Ham.
Wham bam, thank you, Hamas.
I think maybe we should pick our 1, 2, 3 favorites, and then maybe
Agreed.
a longer shot that we
Yeah, we kind of did that last week. It worked out. So, is Macbeth your favorite, or you like Heimberg more?
Macbeth is my favorite.
I think Calvin might be my true favorite for the weekend.
Okay, we'll put them in it.
I like that Calvin and Barella have been playing really well, and then kind of having a down third round the last few tournaments, and then a fourth round tournament. Those guys might be able to, step it up in the last week.
Calvin's the most consistent guy on tour, so I would say a 4-round tournament definitely plays to him a little bit.
I like that. Him and Macbeth have the same odds for top 3.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
I think they're almost. Oh, they have the same odds for both.
And then is Barella our other guy that squeaks in the top 3 for our favorites to actually take it home?
I wouldn't mind that. I do think the 4 rounds you kind of have to lean a little bit chalkier, at least big name guys that show up.
For sure.
I think
Ezra
Robinson being the same odds is weird.
Yeah, it scares me leaving Lazat out of our top 3 favorites, to be honest with you. But
do you think the 4 rounds is too much for him?
Old man Lazat, yeah.
That's the last time. And he is old.
No, and he plays a nice conservative game these days, and his form is as smooth and easygoing as it's ever been. So he's my endurance pick, maybe. Actually, no, Calvin is, but still.
Calvin. I mean, I had the same thought about Macbeth too, but I think he's pretty healthy now.
Yeah, he is. He said he's feeling healthier this year than he has in a year and a half or something like that. So
This is tough.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, when the clutch was on last week, Macbeth kind of let it slip, and that's not like Macbeth historically.
Calvin had one bad hole.
Yeah, Calvin had the one. Yeah, but it was also worse than it. He could have saved a couple of strokes off of that, but he was trying to be aggressive to stay in it. So.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I think those
3 to 4 guys are our favorites for actual winner bets. Do we have a top 3 favorites for top 3 finishes, guys that
might be able to
have good
squeak in there
odds for that sort of thing?
I liked what you were saying about Lazat, and then Kyle Klein comes to mind. I'm fine with fading Nicholas Antela, and then Adam Hammond.
Yeah, I think Antela, Hamas, and Gannon Burr. I think we should fade them all together as far as win and top 3 bets go.
I think the same people we talked about winning have the really good chance of just being the top 3. If it's a 4 rounds,
Yeah, that's
like
Right.
all around skill tournament, it's probably going to be the top guys
Right.
That's true.
up there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'll
I would
just
say
lay
the
those.
only
Be
the
different.
only guy that really maybe sneaks into that top 3 conversation is maybe Kyle Klein, I feel like, for a top 3 bet, but
Okay, I'm fine with just laying
Lazard,
heavy on
yeah.
those top 3. We lay that.
Yeah. Don't mind
Yeah.
it.
Top 3
all
and
right.
bet.
Well, let's
Jesse, you
see.
want to
Yeah, let's see
explain
what the
the?
group.
Yeah,
What'd you say, Garrett?
In a minute, I'll get you to explain the Marweed theory.
Oh, about why he would probably win.
He's our outlier. Yeah.
Let's take a look. We'll do that as a teaser for the last section of the bets. Let's do real quick. Do we like either of these groups? Just looking at the names first.
Do you want to say what website we're using here?
Yeah, we're on coolbet.mx. This is a Mexican website. Probably can't get in the United States. I don't really know where to get odds for United States sports books. Probably there's a couple that you can fund with like Bitcoin, but even Bet Online doesn't have it. So you do have to search a little bit. I'm in Mexico. I'm using Coolbet. It's a decent site, only site I can really easily access.
But if our videos go crazy viral, then all these sport books are going to be clamoring to get disc golf. So, I don't know, just engage with the post. Really, just like it, subscribe to it. Really,
The Coolbet podcast, coming up soon, maybe. The Coolbet Disc Golf podcast.
All right, let's look at these groups.
Garrett, before we get in these groups, Garrett, what you had me wanting to explain to the viewers later on, is it about the hat or the cookie?
Oh, just why we were considering him, but you gotta talk about that
maybe
too.
mention both of those points,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, anyways, on to the groups. And these are for just
First
the
round
first
only,
round, yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
First
So we
round,
got Wysocki, Kyle Klein, Evan Smith. Ooh, Eagle McMahon, interesting.
Oh, I forgot about Eagle.
And then we've got Lazat, Antela, Hamas, Ford.
I think I like this second group, just Lazat. But the odds aren't great.
Right.
So I wouldn't even be opposed to just forgetting group bets.
We need to
do
figure
you
out
like one of
which
these?
course they're playing first.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Is that possible to find out?
Yes. Go to the... You know what? I might have it up. If you type in, like, DGPT 2025 schedule and go to the official tour schedule. Let's see here. It might also have it on the PDGA website.
It's kind of important information.
There's a lot of information in disc golf that I have trouble tracking down.
I wouldn't even be opposed to forgetting the group bets just based on the odds. Did you like love one of these guys if it was one of the other courses first or something?
Well, I mean, you pointed out the Lazat. Yeah, you pointed out Simon for that group, but it's like if it's the short technical course, I wouldn't mind like sprinkling something on Mason Ford's name. To be honest, because I kind of forgot about Mason Ford, and his game is looking nice.
I think I banned Mason Ford last season.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I mean,
let's look at his
like $5 on it.
Let's look at his round.
He placed well at the Music City Open a couple of different times, and I think Mason Ford does really well when placement shots are really important and absolute max distance is not quite the consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or I should say, when placement shots are really important, but you don't have to throw it like really hard. Okay, so that's the thing about this short technical course, is that there aren't a lot of holes where you really have to throw it as hard as you can through a gap. There's gaps to hit, but it's like soft shots. So somebody with a really spinny, touchy up shot, like a Simon Lazan or like a Mason Ford. Okay.
You talked yourself into a Mason Ford win?
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
no.
maybe. God damn. I feel like Mason Ford and Andrew Marweed are the guys that are gonna have great odds that actually have a shot.
We'll sprinkle. I'm down. I see what you're saying, and I'm down. But I mean, I would probably go to Chris Dick before
the group.
Right. I might as well.
Well, maybe not
Do
an
you
official
like either of these
play.
groups off the top of your head, Garrett?
I mean, I would pick Simon and Ricky, but that doesn't do much.
Right. I think I probably would as well, especially since it's just one round.
Okay, maybe not an official play. Maybe a little sprinkle on Ford, but not an official podcast play. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's whip
agreed.
up a parlay real quick, and then we can talk on the Marweed phenomenon.
Yeah, these head-to-heads are sweet. We kind of botched the hell out of these last week, though.
Well, we got 3 of 5, and then I think one was a push, and only one we were off on. So we were close.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So Chris Dick.
Who we got? I'm taking Dick over Isaac. I don't think Isaac's been playing too hot.
You guys like Arian
Over
Goose, right?
Makala. I mean, I'm taking Goose over Makala every day.
Let's put him there. We'll see how he feels at the
just
end.
On average. I'd stay away from that one. AB and Paul Macbeth. Good God.
That's
tough. But AB is the underdog on that head-to-head. That might be worth considering. Gannember, Ezra Robinson. I'd stay away from that one. God damn.
These are tough
Wysocki
matchups.
Ironberg.
Like, that could be close.
This guy, whoever is making these matchups knows what he's doing.
How about Kyle Klein over Nicholas as a little Nicholas fade?
Except for he did win it last year. What did Kyle Klein do at last week's tournament? At Waco.
17th.
17th. And I think Ontelo was like 19th or something.
Yeah.
I might fade Kyle Klein on that matchup if we want to pick one of those. But
Lazat over Hamas. You like that?
I agree with that. I think Hamas is gonna come back down to earth just a little bit, probably. When he won the tournament last week and they interviewed him, he was like, looking forward to having a good season, which told me that he was just happy to get out of there with a win. So
AB.
Do we do AB?
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah, I think AB over Macbeth is not a bad.
I think for the odds, that's like the best bet you can make.
Yeah, I like Calvin over Ricky, but I'm not gonna.
I do too. I think we should just do Calvin over Ricky. Ricky played like shit last week, and he's still working with these practice rounds. He's still learning different discs from the Discraft lineup. So I think his bag is kind of still in flux, and that's a big thing.
Okay, how do we feel about this for 18 to 1?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Who's the first selection we had? Dickerson
we got
over
Chris Dick over Isaac Robinson. We got the Goose over Valno Makela. We've got Simon Lazard over Adam Hams. We got Anthony Barella over Paul Macbeth. And we got Calvin Heimberg over Richard Wysocki, 18-1.
I think that's landing. Yeah, I really like that.
Do I put that in right now?
House.
Do I do it?
Yeah,
Is this in pesos?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. However much you want to put on it. Are we betting our whole bankroll this week?
No.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay. And then let me review our top 3 winners are Macbeth, Heimberg, Barella. We also like those as the top 3 bets, probably. And then
I think, yeah.
we also do we like a little sprinkle on Marweed? We were saying, where is Marweed? 50-1. Oh, do we like him for a
Exactly.
top 3 bet? Go into the
No.
Marweed theory, Jesse.
Forward is 50-1 as well.
Damn. I think we should sprinkle just the smallest amount on a win bet for both of those guys. Just to see if we can't hit something crazy with a deep ball. But the Marweed theory is, so we noticed that the trophy last year and probably again this year is a cowboy hat, and Marweed's got the most cowboy face on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull him up.
It's definitely not Kyle Klein. Kyle Klein doesn't have the. Yeah, I mean. Also, he uses a cookie sometimes for his mini, and then he makes his putt and he picks up the cookie and takes a bite out of it. And I was saying that that's badass.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett was saying something different.
Oh yeah, that's a cowboy
See,
hat.
look at that, dude.
Yeah.
He's begging for a cowboy hat.
Yeah, he needs a cowboy hat.
You can see him going, yes, ma'am.
Let's see this cookie play.
Yeah, Andrew Marweed cookie is what you should put in the search bar.
Yeah, it'll come right up.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Cookie mini.
Let's take a look at this.
Mute it so we don't get sued by Andrew Marweed.
See, watch how good this throw is going to be for this short technical course, though. Oh wow!
Whoa!
That spot.
Just into the middle of the woods.
All right, so.
But yeah, after
the approach is.
He only does it on birdie putts, obviously.
Oh, that's not great either.
Wow!
How does he know?
But like I said, he's the best putter on tour, or one of the best.
You got cookie. Wow.
Yep. Bang.
All right.
That was super badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there? So you can use anything you want as a mini marker?
I guess so.
It has to be round.
It just has to be smaller than a. It just can't be a disc, I guess.
Smaller and round.
So you should do like a beer or something cool like that.
Shotgun a beer that you use as your marker.
Every.
Or like a crushed, flattened can that I already pounded earlier in the round.
Ooh, yeah.
A can of Zen, pop a Zen in.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be 18 cents.
I know they officially banned tobacco products on the course this year for tournaments. I think too many guys are ripping fat vape clouds at like A-tier tournaments and shit. So I'm hoping no one penalizes me when I throw a lip of Zen in, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of big. It's like, imagine the guys that are just like in a 3.5 hour like round. Imagine the guys that are just hankering for a nicotine fix by the end. I'm probably betting against those guys.
Yeah, can we get you know who that is?
No, I don't, but my first guess would be Ezra Robinson.
we are gonna try to get you at the Music City Open early in a couple weeks as an on-site reporter. Maybe you can give us like a inside scoop of who you see, zenning up early, and then they're gonna crash late.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That would be
Or
a
I
huge
can
edge.
I can just ask the players as they show up who on tour has the worst nicotine addiction,
yeah.
and then like put the mic to their face, and then I can make a TikTok.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd love that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let's select these winners and top threes officially.
I think just Macbeth, Wysocki, Barella to win.
I like those three to
Heimberg.
win. I think Heimberg is the
Heimberg.
strongest top three candidate.
Heimberg top three bet.
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe put a Chris Dickerson top three. And then I love giving some crumbs on a win bet to Marweed and Ford.
Do you like their win bet more than their top three?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
I agree. I think
If they're playing well enough to be in the top three, then I think it's because they're playing out of their mind,
Okay.
and so they might just win it.
That makes sense. That's what got us there with Ham last week.
Mm-hmm.
the long shots.
Now, does a winner, if you have a top three and a win bet on the guy that wins, do you get both of them?
Oh yeah.
This is what I wish you could do. I wish you could parlay 3 top threes. Trifecta.
Whoa. For like 1,000,000 to 1 odds.
Be awesome.
What is where's Barsby at? What are his odds?
I think he's down there by Ford. Yeah, same odds.
Wow.
I wouldn't touch it.
No, I wouldn't touch it either. But he's got me
All right,
thinking. He
Greg.
played well last week, man.
Yeah, it's probably one of the courses he designed.
Probably.
All right, I like those.
Yeah, I like those too.
And our parlay, we kind of skip it on the group bets, but I'm fine with that.
Do we want to make a group bet just to have one?
I didn't like the odds. I mean, if you want to do a little Ford, but we already got him winning.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's if we're gonna do him win, that's a better bet.
Yeah, I like that.
Any other disc golf news rumors you got for us, Jesse?
Any news or rumors?
Anything we should be tuned into?
The only controversy going on right now is that Adam Hammes had a disc that everyone thinks was OB that they called inbounds last week, and he won the tournament.
Oh, right. I saw that was in like the second round.
Yeah.
Where it was like completely out.
I don't know. The angle, I don't think there's an angle of it that's circulating that gives you the perfect thing, the perfect look at it. But apparently there was a tournament official there, and like the tournament director was like in the vicinity as well, and they felt like the card decided correctly and that it was in to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
I guess.
I mean, that's what I'd do. Oh, look, you
Yeah,
found it.
here we go. Yeah, this is the picture. See,
I
so
guess this is a picture of it.
the problem is that painted lines is the worst way to do OB in disc golf. Yeah, spray painting lines on grass is the worst thing to do ever because like one blade will have a touch of white on it, and it's like what the hell? I've heard where some tournaments, I think this is maybe more of an old school thing, but like sometimes to delineate OB, they'll have it just white stakes with like a string that's tied to the bottom of the white stakes, that's on the ground. But the problem with that is that if you're kind of right on the line, then your footing gets kind of tangled up in the string. And apparently I've heard of tournaments where they have the white stakes but no string, and they give string to every player before the tournament that you can tie from one stake to the next in a straight line to see if it's OB or not. which is kind of cool.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I don't know. We'll get laser technology into disc golf here soon enough, I'm sure.
They should have they should get old people volunteers like in football that hold the stakes.
Yeah.
Just getting whacked with
You get more old people on the course.
More old people crossing into the field of play like in football.
All right, so we will see Mason Ford get his first. Because this is good. If it happens and you clip it. You know,
Yeah. say all the names we like.
Yeah, I was about to say Marweed. It's gonna be crazy with Marweed. No, but good luck to everyone that's using this one website to bet. Urban Disc Golf, we know that you stopped production because of us, but we're sorry about what we said. And we want to see more videos. We like your stuff now.
I'm not sorry, but I do want to see more videos.
Dude, I'm trying to win them over.
Well, and I'm trying to get not Travis Kelce. What's his name?
George Kittle, same thing.
I'm trying to get George Kittle's phone number.
Get him on the podcast.
But big things coming next week. You might not even recognize us. We'll just leave it at that.
Yep. Yeah, catch us at the Music City Open for some sideline reporting, and yep.
We should leave a Venmo. They could send us money.
I'll drop a Venmo into the description for the viewer to send us money.
Good. Good.
If you would like, we operate off of, we don't run ads on this podcast. We operate off of donations only. So,
yeah, technically a nonprofit.
If you kind of like what we're doing, feel free to express that.
If you want it to be good, if you want it to start getting good,
we should make a Patreon.
We will.
And then the tier 1 reward is just like
signed Cookie Disc Golf by Jesse.
Yeah, it's just like us making bets.
tier one is we bet your money.
Yeah, and this $5 bill is from Check's name.
Yeah. Put it on Marweed.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see how we do.
All right.